says we're live.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Welcome everybody to LangTime
Don't write too far over.
Studio. I'm your professor, Dr. Simpkins. With me is my assistant, graduate student Jesse.
But you know I have more degrees than you. Okay, I'm gonna be at the totally wrong angle.
I have more BAs than you.
I have more BSs than you.
You certainly do. Get it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
Okay.
so no, we're going to need to do something different. We're going to need to do something different.
Can you lower your chair and then just lower your computer screen so the webcam is more angled down?
Oh.
There we go. See, and now point it down. Perfect.
It's not going to be very comfortable for my hands.
No, do you want to type on here? How about we just take your computer to a desk?
Yeah, well,
And then we'll sit side by side.
There's one over there. Like, you see that table over there?
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to
Put
go over there?
All right, never mind. You clearly have a better idea, so let's do that. All right, everybody come with me.
I mean, I'm fine with doing the table.
I mean, you really gave me...
I didn't really see what table you were talking about.
You gave me complete guff about the table.
I didn't see. Where are you going?
I don't know. I'm trying to...
Okay. This works. Scoochy scooch.
All right.
See, and now you have a little elbow rest. Oh God, my hair is big.
Not really.
It's raining today.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
I do that a lot, Ragdoll.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try to load the chat on here to make sure my volume is down. Okay. YouTube.
Getting there. And I mean, I have live chat here.
I'm too lazy for that.
Oh, we don't have live chat set up on your computer.
What do you mean?
The
Oh,
little
people
box.
can't see the live chat.
Yeah, on the video portion, because we
That
didn't
was
get
kind
the
of a new
Windows set
thing.
up.
That was
Yeah.
kind of a new thing that we started doing, wasn't it? Hold on a sec. Why?
Tell you what, yeah, we are on the road, and not only were we a little behind anyway, just because traveling does that, right? Because we actually flew in today, so like haven't stopped moving since this morning. But then once we got to the building, we couldn't figure out where the room was. And it was in like a part of the building that's not connected to the other part of the building. And so anyway, it was an adventure. But I did get to go through a very pretty courtyard. And I have taken all sorts of beautiful pictures, because let me tell you, the flower game here is good. And so I've been very excited about all the pictures.
Okay, here,
But it's also raining, and so I have very rain-worn hair.
All right, we're gonna try this out. Okay, this is us. I'm gonna pull this out, and we're gonna change it to live chat.
Matisse says, but wait, Matisse, your doctorate gives you fancier train tickets? Come on. Come on.
Seriously? Can you tell us more about that?
I want fancier train tickets.
There we go.
And also, if you want your water, it's back there.
I do, but like how back there?
Do you want me to go get it?
Well, one of us has to go get it.
You're kind of blocked in. Let me scooch up a little bit more, because then we're a little more even.
Yeah, here, I'll try to move it
I think
over
all
some.
desks should be on wheels. This is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, hey, since we're doing it, by the way, we have the list of all of our patrons. Specifically, oh, look at all that fuzz. How cool. Our conspirators and our consultants and our confidants. And I actually wanted to ask George, since he's here. George, you want to be listed as Conlangery Podcast or as George? So, because you're on there. And also the new color is green. So if you've supported us for all 4 seasons, you get a green bullet. And this is our new cat emoji. In Germany, titles go on the train ticket. So basically says doctor. Well, that's amazing. I thought they were like a different color. Like, I assume,
I thought they were like gold embossed or something.
Yeah.
Like direct stamped metallic.
Mm-hmm. Go to a special window.
Oh, I should be paying attention in terms of where I am in the screen.
Oh, we have a poll and everything.
Oh my gosh. I have not even.
You got it, George.
Okay.
Getting a call from Brownwood, Texas. No good news ever came from Brownwood, Texas.
I've only heard of Brownsville. I didn't know there was a Brownwood. There's a lot of places in Texas.
Okay, let's see.
Okie dokie. I am very slowly getting. You see, we haven't stopped moving so much that I haven't had time to do the poll results. So you're going to be in charge of making people laugh or something.
That's all right. I know what the results of the poll are. As usual, our patrons did it wrong.
At some point, they're just going to be voting a way to make you angry because they're going to be tired of being told they're wrong.
Hey, YouTube is welcoming me to live chat and encouraging me to remember to guard my privacy and abide by their community guidelines.
It sounds like they know you need a warning because they're like, we know this one.
Megan says, I went to university in Brownwood, but I'm not calling you.
I'll have to look it up on a map. I don't even know where it is.
Well, you're going to have to just be satisfied with half a Jesse on your screen because that's as most as you're going to get. I mean, if we were using that table over there.
I told you I didn't see the table. And so I was just asking what table you were talking about. And then you got all snippy and decided that meant that we had to do my idea when I'm fine with adjusting if I can see what you're talking about.
By the way, little bears.
There is
hello.
a clear winner.
You've joined at just the right time, little bears, because if you haven't been since episode 17, we finished the language for our rabbits, we finished a language for opossums, and we finished a language for mice. And this is episode 2 for whatever it is, the cat language. So we're doing a language for cats. Okay, so let's go to the poll.
Okay, so
the poll was to decide. Were we writing this anywhere? Like, did we have any notes for it anywhere?
No, you wrote it in the Patreon post.
Okay, well, essentially, we had decided on
CVCC.
A CVCC max syllable. Anything could go in the onset for the time being. And we were trying to decide what the latter 2 C's were.
I'm trying to lean over a little bit.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, hello, Kenzie. Well, it's just so nice to see you again, or at least virtually. I've been following your progress on Twitter, of course. But yeah, I'm glad to hear from you. Okay, so we were trying to decide essentially between this being just the glides, because we wanted those glides in there in order to produce more of these high vowels, more of these tense vowels.
Actually, just the glides is not an option.
No. For the first one.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Or just the glides and the approximants. So that was one element. And then for the latter C, we were deciding on what? Just the nasals, which would just be that, right?
and then nasals and fricatives.
Nasals and fricatives, and we had what for those?
M, N, S, Z, H, H.
Right. And then
add to that the stops, which are B, T, D, K, Q.
T, Q. So it was basically, and then if you multiply those out, that's 6 different options. And so it was between these options that we were voting. And
Okay. So, is 3 of these options of the 6 tied for last place with 0 votes. There was a clear winner. All right, so glides and nasals is out. So just the glides and just the nasals, out.
okay.
Also out is just the glides with the nasals, fricatives, and stops. Also out is all approximants, nasals, fricatives, stops.
Okay.
And so those combinations are out. Of course, that leaves the other combos. Coming in next with only 5 votes were glides, nasals, and fricatives. Glides followed by nasals and fricatives.
Okay.
After that, so in second place, well, you know what? Second place had 10 votes. First place had 23. Like,
Woo.
this is how big of a difference. So the winner is all approximants, nasals, fricatives.
All right. So there we go. We can work with that.
So how was that wrong, David?
I soured on the approximants in the first position.
You soured on them after deciding that they should be an option?
Yeah. I should say, though, by the way, this is just for this. So, like, of course, you could just have, like, pretty much anything in this scenario, right? We haven't exactly decided what could be at the end of a word yet. So, you know, we can definitely have all the R's and stuff at the end of a word. But what we were looking for was just this scenario. What can we have in just that scenario? And so, for example, we could have
Narbo.
Narbo.
Well, it sounds like a sound change may be in play where
This is true.
where you have a euphular followed by a velar.
Yeah.
And that sounds like sound change can deal with that.
Yeah, I think so. And actually, somebody suggested a very interesting sound change. And if they're here, I don't know if they are. Perhaps they could elaborate. But they, and I hope that I'm going to remember this exactly right, but they suggested that in Korean, if you have something that's like this, then it would surface like, let's say that you added that, it would surface as talgi. But if you had something like this, it would surface as tagba.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
And so then it's proto-form possible, but it's only, you'll never get the cluster in modern form.
Yeah, so what I was wondering is if in Korean it simply disappears.
Oh, Jake said it was him.
Yeah, so Jay can let us know if it simply disappears, and please do tell us which of these consonants they are that disappear. Or something else that's possible is that we can, just like we're having happen with the ya and the wa, we can have them color the previous vowel in certain ways, the R, the L, and the
Yeah. Which that could be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's write that somewhere, because we do have a place where we write that information, right? It's like around here. Not stress or tone.
We started doing it after I kept saying we
way.
need something about syllable structure.
No tone. Well, I used to
And
put it in
so-
a place. Here, let's open up something old. like Dothraki. Dust off that old chestnut.
Yeah, there's no actual syllable section. I've just verified.
Phonetic phonotactic notes. Oh, I see. I kind of ended up turning this into a historical sound change section in later drafts, but then I got rid of the...
I think it should go up with stress.
Yeah, I mean, it comes after stress, by which I mean it comes before stress.
Well, before or after, it's a good place for it. And as you're contemplating placement of the syllable note in the document, I just want to say I see all the comments in chat and sending so much love to all of our patrons who support us. We very much appreciate having you, and thank you to all of you who have chosen to support us out of all the amazing people that are doing really cool things. So thank you.
Wow.
We love you.
If you'd like a...
Oza Yamoza.
Oh man, everybody on Discord's been posting their stickers.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
we
I'm very
didn't get
jealous.
any.
Yeah,
I
we
need
don't have any.
I need to like become a patron of me.
Yeah. That's right. We'll make a T-shirt and then I'll ask them about sending us stickers. Okay, I'm gonna try to turn it a little bit. But
I keep trying to lean over, like...
Yeah, if you'd like a little glimpse into history, though, when I made my initial Dothraki proposal, I pointed out to them that they didn't have to, just be stuck on the phonoaesthetics of it. If they wanted a different sound, you could just take the same language and reskin it. So here were other versions of Dothraki that could have been Ilio zidane cuioli elevat ilia pisieni dorali gemia, or Tak brik gips glenkt mich dörgvigen Vrenchen. Vrenchen, that ended up being the word for darkling in Fjorden.
Nice.
I just have always liked it. And then let's try this. Tombat e dagdige badige doro vi kena yuwaji kandimi. This is Chovin ka do ho kunquai long. And then Sinto malasa kili seikeima ren kuinen voluitsa nöitanissa. That's funny. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do okay, let's see, before stress. Okay.
Ingrid will know this is not permanent. This is today and today only.
Yeah.
However, next week we'll be in a different location, and the week after that we'll be in a different location.
Mm-hmm.
I think in May is the first time we'll be back to normal at our place. So in between, it's going to be a whirlwind.
Okay, so let's see. The maximum syllable of language.
Oh, and Ellie, don't worry. You've only missed the start of the phonology of the language. We have historically spent at least 4, if not 5 or 6 episodes on phonology.
Maybe,
And there was a question, and I think you always answer these kinds of questions better than I do, about why you consider a trill an approximate in terms of how you treat the document and the sounds.
Oh, just in terms of how it patterns. It patterns with approximates, so it really doesn't matter if it's a different, manner of articulation. It's the same reason I usually put affricates in the stop section. There are times when affricates pattern like, a frigative, or times when they pattern like a stop. There's times when they pattern like both. But, you just put it where it patterns.
We have an invite to Berlin where we can do the stream from a sunlit balcony.
Well, as long as Bibleridian's paying, let's go.
Send the check to Bim. And then we can go hang out with Mateus.
Mm-hmm.
That includes dinner, right, Mateus?
Yeah, and everybody else would be invited as well, but of course not Bibleridian.
Just paying.
Yeah, he's just paying. Okay, first code of consonant may be approximate, and the second may be a nasal or fricative. Elsewhere, elsewhere it's slightly more permissive, but we have yet to discuss that.
I mean, I'll take the onion soup. I want to try the mustard soup too. Oh, that actually would be kind of fun to have Bib Life with us.
That's how you pronounce HTE. Does Bibleridian not do live streams? I know he does videos, but he doesn't do any live streams. Also, George, by the way, I would like to point out you were in residence at a university. You were there as a graduate student and graduated with a PhD, and not once did you invite me to give a talk there. So...
He is not sore at all about that, George. He is not at all still thinking through all the missed
always
invites.
Wanted to go to Wisconsin.
That's a good place. I've been there several times. I like it.
You know what?
Mm-hmm. Jealous.
Oh,
Ooh,
well, that's cool that you missed those. We tend to travel above ground, but
oh my gosh.
oh no, Ali, back up. You may be in the wrong field, but are you at a university that has a linguistics department? Because if you are, then just head over there and let them know. They'll take care of it. HT is actually what Sally Caves used to Romanize the interdental fricative in Teonath. And I learned that when I learned that it wasn't pronounced Teonat.
Oh, how do they say it? Sorry?
Teonath.
Oh.
You got David Sallow to talk because...
He lived there.
Yeah, of course, but come on, man.
Oh, and Megan, that is exciting, bringing a friend into the conlanging world. So fun.
That's all right. Yeah, I eventually got over there.
Also, you need to be annoyed at Dirk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never
So many
invited.
people to be annoyed at. Haven't been invited. Ooh, Appleton, Wisconsin. Fun. Okay.
All right.
So,
Yeah, we'll need to figure that out. But all right, let's get back to
on target, on task.
well, let's get back to our sound changes. Sorry. So I should have said it out loud what I was responding to in Bibleridian's text, because now you're going to need that. But his response, yeah, the multicolored pipes stretching across the streets. I love them. It's like you're walking around a level of Super Mario Brothers. Oh my goodness.
Wrong document. There we go.
All right.
Okay. On my screen, I'm going to keep this open. Oh, but I'm going to have to angle it so I can see
Okay.
the stream, the chat.
Well, let's talk about one thing right off the bat, because maybe this will help us make some decisions moving forward. What do we think about voicing harmony? And I mean that not in the technical sense, but in just the basic sense. What do we think when, because we have this B, right? And we don't have a P. What do we think about it when it comes next to an S? Okay. Now, in Tapahla, we had, I think, regressive voicing? Or was it progressive?
I forget, because then there was progressive palatalization of everything.
Yeah, well, but ignore the palatalization. The voicing was actually much easier. So in other words, if...
but I don't remember what direction it went.
Oh, shoot. I think it went... Oh, shoot. Does anybody remember which direction the voicing went?
Aquamelon, glad you're here too.
The fame of Dothraki is widely exaggerated. A lot of people know about it, but few people actually care about it. Oh, shoot. Should we open it up?
Open what?
Tabahla.
Oh, I can open it.
Here, wait, I'll
Or is
get
it
it.
going to be...
I'll get it.
You're not showing your whole screen, are you?
I am,
With document names?
yeah.
Which is why I said...
So hopefully nobody looked very carefully at that. No, nobody looked very closely at that.
Hi, Minnie.
All right.
All right. Actually curious. Did you? Oh, we have frigative fortition. Voicing assimilation.
Voicing assimilation 2.
We'll devoice after.
So we need voicing assimilation 1. A consonant will spread its voice feature to a following consonant.
it's
So
progressive.
forward. Well, I think that's actually regressive, remember? Because it sounds like the opposite of what it actually is.
No, that can't be right.
I'm sure. I'm serious. I created a lacerine. Just never got to use it.
Okay.
Oh.
Assimilation. Okay, I'm totally looking this up. No, I was right. Regressive goes backwards, progressive goes forward.
That's weird. So I was right then.
I was right.
You said regressive goes forward.
Regressive goes backward, progressive goes forward. Where here, this example is the B affects the sound before it, so that's regressive.
Just got really confused though.
I swear sometimes when I talk, you listen to every fifth word and then stare at me and make up the rest.
By the way, you know that when it comes to Shadow and Bone, Lee Bardugo is a friend of mine. There was no way I wasn't doing that.
Jonathan, you're absolutely right. That is exactly what David heard. Awesome. Okay.
But that's the thing. I remembered it as being the opposite of what makes sense, and that's why I thought regressive.
I think you're thinking of the diphthongs, how they're called like raising or lowering or rising or falling, and they're like totally not intuitive.
Anyway.
But all that is to say, okay, we did that in T'Pachla. We can do opposite. We can do the same. We can do nothing.
So the sequences in question are going to be these.
Yes.
So we have kasba and kabsa. Option 1. Sorry. Would becomes kasba.
Oh, George, stuff like that happens way too often. And it's always the worst when you have to go to class the next time and go, yeah, remember what I told you? Mm-hmm. It was wrong. Let's revisit. I did the same with one time I was teaching Old English weak and strong adjective forms, and I did it absolutely backwards. And then I was like, no. It was so sad.
And the unstated option 3, of course, is that nothing happens.
Nice.
Or option 4 would be what Turkish would do, which is the B would stay here and it would be kasba, and the B would become a P here, kapsa.
Ooh, Logan, I made a Venn diagram of sorts for base, stem, and root to help people keep the difference straight in their head. And to me, I'm like, it's really silly that they all mean roughly the same thing, but not.
Magpie, you wrote a paper on the conlangs in Shadow and Bone last semester, and you never talked to me. I guess you didn't have to.
Okay. So we have kasba becoming kasba and kabsa becoming kapsa, which introduces an allophone that is not part of the phonemic inventory.
Both of them, both options 1 and 2 do that.
No, they don't. We have a Z.
P.
Oh, sorry. You did 1 and 2 with the cursors over the 2 options under 1. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And then kasba.
I could have written it for you, Magpie.
Kapsa.
Jeez.
Kapsa. Gosh, I'm trying to do one kasba. I guess it would just mean like the second. Where's stress going to be? Would that affect what direction it goes?
I mean, we can do many different things with stress, including like, word final stress.
Dark Horse Phonocatics. And this is for cats, Aquamelon. Is this something that you want to discuss and decide, or is this something we want to put to a vote to the viewers?
Oh, I was willing to put it to a vote, but I think we should decide on the options.
Should we have option 3 where it does nothing?
Yeah, like, well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Kasba. Kabsa. Kapsa. I mean, eventually, in fast speech, when I say kapsa really fast, I mean, you can do a BS. It's not gonna, it may end up coming out as a slightly less voiced or more voiced variant of either sound, but like, can do it. If I do kasba and fast speech, kasba and fast speech, I'm trying to get, like, how did we ever get regressive assimilation? Except for like, especially for voicing, not for other things, but like for voicing specifically, because like for passing nasality, it makes sense because you're preparing for the nasal. But it's just interesting to me that voicing, you would prepare for the voicing so early that it would affect the consonant before it.
That seems strange to you?
Yeah, it seems like the other direction, the progressive, is what like I naturally want to do.
Even though you do it more than other people. With us.
What's wrong with that? Okay, both your ideas. I'm getting closer to the both. Not quite.
Well, it's like if you have, there's a cistern, right? And you want to talk about its concavity, you can talk about its both.
No.
It's both, Jesse. It's both.
Okay.
So yeah, do you want to do an option 3 where nothing happens?
I think so.
All right.
And I think present all 3 options, because in my head as I'm saying it over and over again, I think that kaspa of option 2 makes more sense. But at the same time, you're right. In fast speech, I apparently do whatever I want, and I apparently do that. Okay. So kaspa, regressive to progressive, or 3 none.
Before you hit, do you want to do a 4th one where it's the fricative's voice?
For fricative's voice.
I'm gonna tab so that I don't. So the result would be Kasba and Kabza.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so we have all four visible on the screen, and I have numbers as well as a tiny description. So here we go. Po.
Sherry don't like it.
Cats hiss, but everything is voiced other than that.
Casbah, rock the Casbah. By the
Okay.
way, you know that Casbah, right? That's an instance of progressive voicing.
But regressive is what I don't.
Sorry, regressive. So it's not Casbah, it's Casbah, because you're anticipating the voicing of the B.
Yeah,
That's why it's Casbah and not Casbah.
What about protoforms where we have a? We wouldn't have that, Jonathan, because we don't have a proto P.
Yeah.
Oh no, Aquamelon. Ugh, that
The
hurts.
entire void. The entire vote is void.
It's void. Void.
It's void. It is a void.
What is?
What?
Ooh, I should check the actual box. I was just like, la di da. Let's wait. Ooh,
What?
we got some close ones. I'm gonna give it a little bit more because I
Okay,
see more
this-
viewers than votes right now.
Yeah, this may be important. Aquamelon, what did you vote for and what did you intend to vote for?
Because it won't let you revote when you
Yeah.
make a mistake on this one.
What was John Voight in? Why do we know his name?
John Voight,
Yeah, John Voight.
Angelina Jolie's dad,
He's Angelina Jolie's dad?
and he's in Holes.
Okay, I still haven't seen Holes.
He's in a lot of things. Like when you see him, and like right now off the top of my head, that's really
Oh,
funny
boy.
that's the one I. Oh, John. Yes, let's do movies and TV shows.
So this actually may be important.
Oh, National Treasure. I forgot
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Anaconda. Oh, Midnight Cowboy. That's probably what he's famous for. Yeah, and I
Zoolander.
saw Mission Impossible.
I mean, but yeah. Oh, he's the coach in Varsity Blues. Can't forget
Never,
about that.
never saw that. On purpose.
Okay. Wow. He's also the dad in Four Christmases.
He was in the Bratz movie. First of all, there was a Bratz movie. Second of all, John Voight was in it.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, Minnie. I think there was something something went down between the two, so they're no longer. But like biologically, yes, he's her father. I know, right, Little Bears. And yes, John Voight is in National Treasure.
yeah, I haven't seen Holes and I haven't read it. I've heard nothing but good things, so I will get there. So this might prove important. Aquamelon hit 4 and meant to hit 3.
Oh, that is important.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm seeing the numbers align with our concurrent up here and votes.
But that concurrent since 36. Which one are we supposed to believe?
I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Well, no, in which case it's going to be tied. So if you take a vote away from 4 and give it to 3, then 2 and 4 are going to be tied.
Which means it's up to us. Oh,
Oh, never mind.
and now we have the same number of votes as viewers.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so that actually decides it.
Um,
All right.
Oh, they put them in order. At first I was like, how did option 4 get 5% of the votes? And then I realized they put them in order of how they won. So yeah, Fricative's voice. Oh, but Little Bears, I agree with you. The book is amazing, and I thought they did a really good job changing what they decided to change for the movie. Not a lot of productions do that well.
Okay. All right. Well, let's
Kind cupcake for you.
Let's
So-
see what the upshot of this is, because we have some other fricatives, don't we?
We do.
Huh? Ooh. And then huh. Well, huh, that's not really going to voice. But I think what that means is that we have produced something. We've got a huh now.
Huzzah!
Having never seen it or read it, what is a good age to read wholes?
I mean, like, I think it's written more for 5th through 7th grade mentality, you know, like that kind of age range for like the storyline and things like that. But at the same time, I read it when I was in college and loved it. So, and younger kids could read it. Like, there's not like anything in it. I just think it would entertain more, like once they're around that 10-year-old kind of mark. I think it would be more entertaining.
I'm getting a feeling.
Oh, thank you, Ilona. Ilona.
Yeah, see? I like
Ilona. I said it wrong.
Ilona.
Ilona. But thank you.
And not a na, but a na. Ilona.
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 Okay.
Have you ever heard the Finnish I? It's such an interesting
Oi.
diphthong. I.
Oi.
Because it's not like our I, because our I is very forward. Theirs it's a back one, because they have both. They have I and A.
Nice. In Miles, I had no idea there was an animated TV adaptation.
I don't know, Jake. That's a good question.
Okay, yeah, people are agreeing with my 5th to 7th grade kind of age range.
So Jake is asking the question that we need to answer. The two diphthongs, I can't type in the chat. Can you type in the chat? Well, maybe I can type in the chat, because this is the M1, right?
It is, but I would be
Hold
happy
on.
to type.
No, I'm going to
Okay.
type in the chat. Finnish has I versus A.
And am I getting closer with Ilona? Am I getting closer with that? Because I see the little sad face. I'm trying. Okay, so yeah, good question though. Let's look back at our example. Or we took those out.
Let's make a new one.
Can you put Katza? There we go. Oh, good. Yay, I'm getting there. Okay. Oh, my.
Probably nobody else heard it.
I hope the microphones are not great.
Fine.
My stomach just made the loudest growl.
Just move the dock a tinge to the left and zoom. Oh, of course. Yeah. Are we not zoomed in the way we usually are?
I feel like on the bigger screen, we're normally in more. But I mean, obviously here on a smaller screen, that's hard to accommodate. Because then you're going to have to make the window bigger, or not bigger, but
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but
let me see just a second. I'm going to see how it shows up on the, oh, yeah.
well, but on
Can't see
the
it
other
all.
hand, we can move this over because it doesn't matter, because that's just fixed. There we go. So yeah, we decided that we're going to have our fricatives kind of voice next to what they're next to. Are we just deciding that in general fricatives are weak? Because if we decide fricatives are weak, then these will become katsa and kasta. Or if we decide that voicing is just strong, then we have kadza versus Kazda.
But didn't we just vote that just a second, I'm thinking. No, because that was a B and an S. And so no matter what that became, so the only kind of assimilation we would have for these particular situations, and what you're saying is either the fricative voices or only voiced fricatives can affect.
No, we're deciding if fricatives are weak or voicing is strong.
Okay.
So this is option 1. Fricatives are weak. Always match in voicing. Option 2, voicing is strong. Voiced things, voiceless things.
So to add these back, because we've already voted, and these wouldn't affect what we already voted for.
Nope.
But can you add back in the Kasbah examples below here just to show like the opposite direction?
Okay, what happens? So we have, I should put, so.
And so no matter what, this is going to happen, and it would still happen with what's up top with both options. The question is, what happens when you have a voiceless stop, which is not something that we can do with the B because we don't have a proto-P. Okay.
Also, we're going to have plenty of DZ because we already have a D, a proto-D, and a proto-Z. So we'll have plenty of that.
Okay, I'm writing the poll.
As it stands now, by the way,
My stomach's having its own conversation.
right, but I don't think anybody can hear it, so if you just didn't react to it, nobody would know.
But how can you not react when it's really funny? Okay. And here we go.
That doesn't seem likely. I don't know. What happened to it?
What happened to what?
He says, what happened to the chat on screen?
Oh, did it get frozen? Yeah, it did. When you went to the document, maybe? I don't know what happened, but it did freeze. And so
Is it back?
I'm waiting to see on screen. No, I don't think it is. It's stuck on the comment, Miles, where he says, can you move the thing to the left?
Oh my gosh, that's because it's stuck here too. What's going on?
That is weird.
Like, I hate to do this, but I think I got to do this and
try again. But yours is, it's
Yeah.
yours. Huh.
Let's see if it fixes itself. Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Yeah. We still have excellent connection, supposedly.
Gosh, I'm so sorry.
Man.
It just put...
Oh, I should be checking this while you're doing that.
Yeah, I think we got a pretty
Oh, yeah, we have a
pretty
strong
clear,
vote.
yeah.
So fricatives are weak.
Cool. That makes things easy. Uh,
That's right, Miles.
so yeah.
Oh, yes, please do return your sticker. And don't send it back to Patreon. Send it to us directly. And we understand if that means you have to remove, like a bumper of a car, a lid of a computer because it's stuck somewhere, all good.
So I guess
George suggests we need a producer.
we'll just turn that off.
Well, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Oh my gosh. Well, I prefer to say us with a Z, just saying.
No, I apologize for that mishap. But all right, so then let us. Okay, where should this be? Nasal assimilation. Wow, assimilation.
I like it.
Post-glide central vowel annihilation. Vowel glide merger. Probably around here. Somewhere after here. This is where things start assimilating.
Yeah.
No. Except now all quicatives are freak. Vowel lowering backing.
I feel
It's got to be before this. Let's put it. Let's.
Would you be so bold as to put it after nasal assimilation?
I can't gainsay it, and you know that I love gainsaying things.
Let's be bold.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I can keep it all in frame, but I have to make sure that I don't rustle it to left or right. Good night, Ilana. Shiva, whatever the word for night is. I don't remember.
I know, we've had this discussion too.
Yeah.
Either gainsay or vouchsafe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dark Horse, I totally have a shirt that says be bold and then underneath it, or italic.
Oh. Shiva Yuta. Shiva Yuta. That would take some work. Okay. Fricatives adopt the voicing of whatever is adjacent to them. But
You just did a whatever.
I did, but this is going to lead to another question.
Does that mean we get another poll? I get excited about typing the polls.
Frigative voicing. Yeah, because now we have to decide, are they going to voice next to things that don't have a choice about their voicing? So, we've got, where were we doing all these?
I mean, italic is fun, Minnie, so that's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, Ilona has a
Yuta. Sorry, my enthusiasm. So, Shiva Yuta. Yuta. So it's just a short though. The second one. Shiva Yuta.
really need to practice my full ah sounds at the ends of words. I clip them even when I don't mean to.
But that one's an ah.
Or full ah sounds. Full vowel sounds at the ends of words.
I'm trying to see.
Unless it's an E, because that's,
Actually, Trojan Pro feels appropriate for this.
Nice.
And this will be called and don't you worry. I'm gonna shorten that up. There we Okay, so what we are trying to decide now is we have like, S, Z, H, and H. And this, by the way, I have ideas for that. But mainly S, Z, and H. They're going to be, S is going to be voicing next to B, Z is going to be devoicing next to T. That's true.
Ooh, that makes learning those that case information fun when you're a non-native speaker.
Oh, but that's the thing. You still have to learn how to write it.
It doesn't.
Oh yeah, I know all of the cases and all the little things you put on the ends of verbs.
You
And
see
it's
that
like,
Jake
nah,
is
I gotta
italic because he's the classiest amount of bent.
All right. And so now what we're trying to decide is what's going to happen to Karsi
And hey, Carl.
and
Hey.
Kalki. And then, I don't know, what are some other ones? How about, and this is where, yeah, we want to decide exactly how far this thing is going.
But wait. Scroll up is the owl staying, and does this matter where we put
This
this?
is protoform, and yeah, it will matter. So it's going to matter a whole lot.
We need to have. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna scroll. Because you're saying this is going to happen before the Great Vowel Squish?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. We haven't got there
Okay,
yet.
okay.
This is just where we're entering notes.
Okay. And did we? No, we don't need to. Okay. So the question is.
FYI, absolutely not happening, Carl. Anyway. Oh, now it says wait while we try to reconnect. Okay. So.
That's really unfortunate. On your screen, you can refresh. I'm the one that hit. I have this open. So you can hit refresh, right?
Ooh, we'll see what happens.
If we lose you, I'm sorry. I suggested hitting refresh on David's screen. But it's still running here. I'm the one who hit start and end.
All right. Well, I've hit it. We'll see what happens. Okay.
Be nice to H. It's doing its best. Okay. Nothing has changed yet. We should have clapped when you did it, so that way I could see in the video when that moment happened.
We can clap now.
Oh, I just rolled my whole desk. I was very enthusiastic about that. Okay, so what we're saying is in this question, okay, there was the clap. We're still going. What we're saying is that we need to decide if only the stops are involved in the fricatives. I did it by accident.
Yeah, so we
in
got
the fricatives that are weak in their assimilation, or whether we're going to carry the voicing over from nasals and other things.
we have three different. There are no retroflex things in this language, but we have three different levels here, in my opinion. So one is we already have. Right, we already have stops, right? Next comes nasals, next comes liquids, next comes glides, in terms of likeliness to pass on their voicing feature, right? So we already have this. So this is, bold and red. Now the question is, how far is that pushing to the right? So this would be, option A, we're good where we are, don't do anything. Option B, just nasals. Option C, nasals and liquids. Option D, nasals, liquids, and glides.
Have fun, Megan. We're going to miss you, but have fun.
Elementary. Oh, popsicle sticks.
And chenille stems. Which I believe are what I call pipe cleaners. I believe. But I'm going to look it up because now I'm curious.
You're very fond of swearing, Ollie.
Yes, I call them pipe cleaners.
It's still trying to. It's still trying to refresh.
Okay. And then the last here, did you change to a velar fricative just to show that one could be affected?
Yeah. I mean, there was really no reason to do that. In fact, there was no reason to include that.
Because the R covers that class. Okay, and then the glides, we have Okay, so here is my thing. I'm just going to lay this out there.
Yeah.
On the one hand, I'm all about saying stops are strong and like they're the only ones that do it. On the other hand, given where we're going with losing nasal codas and with we're going to lose that W after most vowels and the J after most vowels, it could be fun to have these proto-forms where the modern forms have this voiced consonant for no reason unless you dig back to the proto-form. And that could be kind of fun.
Okay.
And so, especially as we start adding inflections and things like that, we can get some, I think, fun little hidden eggs where it only affects the S and the ch because the H will be unaffected.
Yeah.
And so I think that could be neat. And so that's why I'm like leaning towards saying everything affects it. And mainly because the liquids don't do anything, they're still going to be there. But the glides and the nasals are most likely in these positions going to drop out, thus leaving behind this voiced fricative that shouldn't otherwise be there.
Hey, Beatrice. All right. Well, so you want to just do all four options then? That's
how I'm feeling.
Let's do it.
Do you like it too, or should we put it to a vote?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Put it to a vote on which to vote for. No. I was saying put it to a vote.
Put it to a vote to say either just the stops or all four?
No, I was going to say every option.
Okay, so.
But you have a favorite. You have a favorite.
This is my favorite, yes.
All right. Well.
Okay, now.
It's like Trojan, but with an A.
Back to assimilation. What sounds should trigger it? Okay. Stops only.
Well.
Stops and nasals. Stops, nasals, liquids. Stops, nasals, liquids, glides.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I was going to say we haven't talked about what happens when two fricatives come next to each other.
You know what? I'm going to take only away and say stops.
Sure. We also haven't discussed what happens when two stops come next to each other.
To fricative assimilation in contact with non-fricatives.
Okay.
How is that?
Sure.
A very specific question.
Hey, look, George spells your name without an I, too. I've learned.
Oh, but hey, I'm convincing. Yes. Carl, you have no idea.
Minnie, that is what I do. And let me tell you, I'm eating good.
Every once in a while, I'll be like, did you want any input on dinner? And he's like, yeah. Except when on stream that one time you were like, I want pancakes. And so you selected dinner that night.
The plaintiff shall be wailed.
Well, did.
Two stops come next to each other. You had an extra L to both.
Miles like, I saw the typo. Kept it in. Okay. I'll let some more votes come in because we do have 2 options that are close enough.
My goodness.
I'm nice.
You,
Otherwise, I'd cut it off now and be like, I win.
You threw this poll, Jesse. You threw it.
Was it not? Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Minnie. That is amazing. Hello to your dad.
Aesthetics.
That's awesome. I like that Magpie. And Magpie has some authority in the matter because the username back-to-back stops. All right. Now we have enough votes
Make this bigger.
votes to viewer ratio, at least of viewers that I can see, that I can call it.
By the way, if you like food posts, you should follow Carl on Instagram.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
Carl just makes all this amazing food. It makes me feel bad that the one time I met him in person, we went out to eat. I should have just had you make me something, Carl.
Oh man.
And
That's
those stir
really
fries,
funny.
let me tell you, they're something to behold. And anytime he does anything with shrimp, I'm a fan. All right.
And then there's the cat pictures.
Oh, that's true. And conlangs. I mean, really, yeah. If you like,
If you like cats, conlings, or food,
yeah. All right. So now it's a great big voicing party, and everybody's invited. All right. Yeah. Frigatives adopt the voicing of whatever is adjacent to them, except for vowels, I guess. Whew. Oh my goodness. So consonant is not bold. Consonant goes to plus voice when it is plus continuant. When it is next to something that is voice and it's not plus, it's alpha. Alpha. Oh, and I can do the alpha. How do you do the alpha on this one? Because we're on this computer.
oh, the key,
Yeah.
and then capital Q,
Well, look at that. Isn't that darling?
because it looks kind of like a Q on its side,
Yeah.
kind of. Okay, now Carl's spelling it that way. When were we just a few hours away?
Yeah, we were.
Isn't he out on?
Philadelphia.
Oh,
Of course, we were there for Thanksgiving.
yeah, that was Thanksgiving. That was a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, we were in Baltimore though,
Yeah, but that's
in
like,
January.
yeah, but Baltimore's like even further away.
I'm just naming anything near Philadelphia.
I mean, it's not that near, right? It's like an hour and a half by train, yeah?
I mean, I guess.
Hmm.
But that doesn't feel bad, does it?
I
don't know.
No, it's not. But I just mean when you add that hour and a half to the farness away of Philadelphia from where Carl is, which is, I believe, like a hole that's like 50 kilometers underneath
Just
the
straight
middle
down.
of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Done.
They call it the Down Yonder.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And Carl, if you're cool with me sharing your Instagram handle, I mean, it's public, right? It's a public account. I will totally share it because you can find Twitter as well. I don't like going around sharing other people's handles. Oh, we haven't been there yet, Carl.
Yeah, we're going to Ohio next week. No, but an hour and a half added to the 2 hours. Then it becomes 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, as we decide this, and I'm going to wait and see if Carl's like, yeah, go ahead and share my info before I just do it.
That's so quaint of you to ask.
I feel, I don't know. Like, I don't care if people share mine, but what if somebody's like, oh.
Well, now you're just talking, what?
We're in the heart of the country.
Baltimore is 1 hour and 40 minutes and Philadelphia is 2 hours and a half from me? That doesn't make any sense. Where do you live, in the ocean?
See, I was thinking Baltimore was actually closer.
That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I thought you were in Western Pennsylvania. Oh, sir, Ohio is not the worst state. You ever been to Texas? I mean, come on. I mean,
rude.
We all joke like, oh my God, Kansas. Like, no, it's Texas.
Oh my gosh. That's awful.
It's not even close.
But does that mean... Okay, Carl's unlocking it. Oh my God, it was locked before?
You had a locked Instagram account?
I was part of a private group?
Oh, man.
That's exciting. Okay, sorry, I'm getting totally sidetracked now as I wait to just share.
Cincinnati is top notch. That's a city. All right. Oh.
Okay, it's a hedgehog wearing antlers. Look how cute that is. I don't know if that was actually on there, but like, I hope it was.
We don't have G, do we?
No.
No, we don't.
D and B are the only two voice stops. Okay. And Carl, since you're unlocking it, I'm gonna guess that means I can share it.
I don't think that those states work that way.
Okay. Perfect.
Food does not disappoint, sir. No, it does not.
No.
Okay.
As I'm scrolling through right now and so how far would we be? Get some stir fry.
Mm-hmm. Just
Ooh, and a plate of avocado.
You just treat it like a restaurant.
going to Carl's for dinner.
Just show up, expect to be seated. Yeah. Waited on.
Tell me, do you have a sommelier employed? Oh my gosh. Oh wait, what starred Natalie Portman and Ashley Judd?
It was just a minute ago.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh, it's Where the Heart Is, right?
Home is where the heart is?
No, just Where the Heart Is.
Oh.
And I think that's why the conversation got started. Yes, I was correct.
I'm with Minnie on that one.
That was a good movie.
The worst state is gas. Lame. Plasma, liquid, and solid all the way, baby.
I take that as a compliment. Like go. I don't know if that's how you say your username, but there we go. All right, perfect. Now, what are we asking? What are we doing? We're doing what happens. Do we want to start with the fricative question first and then do stops? And then, or do we want these all to like follow the same thing? Because we've already decided fricatives will shift around other consonants. So should that be a separate issue from should other consonants do something? Jake, the best state is gas when I'm sublime. Sublime.
Do we want those things to be the same or different?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and I can also thank President Truman for the name of my university.
By the way, Truman is the best on Futurama. Hot crackers! I take exception to that.
Okay, so I say let's break this down into some polls, some mini polls. The first one is should two fricatives be treated differently from two stops? Because the stops are the only ones that are going to matter after this, because they're the only ones that voicing distinctions.
I don't want to put that to a poll because I think we should allow them to be treated differently.
And so it's going to be one of the options that we'll be voting for, is what you're saying.
No, I mean like this one and this one shouldn't be dependent on the other. The decision for this one shouldn't affect this and vice versa. That is my decision.
Okay, so we're just going to handle one and then handle the other completely.
Yeah. So
Okay,
the
so we're
first
going to
question
start
is,
here.
do we want to preserve the difference here? Or do we want to just level it?
Kasa. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. Kasa. Like I can, but like I have to really kasa. The top one is super hard for me. Kasa.
Yeah, and so like one option that's just like right off the bat is this. In other words, you dance with a girl what brung you, and you just keep going.
I was having dinner with a friend of mine one time in East Texas, and like somebody out in the parking lot had recently hit a skunk. And when I walked through the parking lot, I was like, oh my God, like overwhelming, right? But then like it was on my clothes and I'm like I kind of smelled a little skunkish still. It's very bad, but I was like, I'm having dinner. Like I can't like just stand her up just because I smell a little skunkish. East Texas. And so we go through dinner and she kept saying like, smells a little funny. So when I said I walked through the skunk odor, her exact response was, it was you what brought in the skunk smell. But it was just the way. Oh, sorry, what brung in the skunk smell? I took out the brung. But the whole construction of it, I died laughing. So I'm like, this is the most East Texas thing to say and have happen. Okay.
But of course, that wasn't anywhere near your worst experience with skunk.
No, but you don't know. Do you know that story?
Of course I do. You were the one that told me. Where did you think I learned it?
No, I don't remember telling you.
Just read it in the society column?
I am very important. I think we should have a third option.
You wouldn't believe what happened to Miss Sams in a Corvette. Yep.
Actually, no, we shouldn't have a third option.
No, it should just be these two. But
because most of our fricatives aren't voiced, and so the voiceless state is actually more common.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just basically whether this distinction is going to be leveled or not.
Indeed, many. I have been a ghost from the beginning of this operation. Okay. Now, when fricatives collide, what should we do? 1. Progressive voice assimilation. 2.
Just devoice.
Voice.
All right.
There we go. Mateus, you are super glad you don't have skunks there. And that was actually, when I moved to California, I was like, oh, not as much roadkill, right? There's so many skunks.
Yeah.
There are so many skunks.
Yeah, they're very fond of pet food.
Like,
and
so
we're
many
very fond
times.
of pets.
So many times I'm like, how do so many skunks live in a city? I don't get it.
And we have coyotes too.
Well, those are cute though.
They are.
I
So
mean,
are skunks.
But coyotes don't spray. As he should, well. Grindle, no, I didn't. But I was riding with my uncle through the middle of Kansas. And he hit the skunk. I must have been like 16 when that happened. And I was super excited because he has a Corvette, and I was like, I get to drive with him to Kansas in the Corvette, and I was so excited. But it turns out that that's not as exciting when you hit a skunk in a car that's low to the ground anyway. Don't do it. Yeah, I smelled like a skunk for days. Oh, it was so bad. So bad.
Man, it was a bummer. In a car, I accidentally rolled over an already dead skunk.
It'll still get you.
And it stayed on the car for months.
Yeah, it's pervasive. It does not go. Skunks in the city.
They don't make them big enough for cars. You'd think they would. That should just be an option when you go to a car wash. Do you want water or tomato juice?
When I moved to Missouri last year, it was right after when their dogs got sprayed by a skunk. And so every time I visited my parents' house for a while, you could still smell the skunk smell because their dogs had been sprayed. And even though they gave them the tomato juice baths and did everything, it just took a while before finally, because they didn't realize when the dog came in at first that she had been sprayed, and she of course jumped up on her pillow. And,
yeah.
It took a while. Yeah. Okay. It looks like we have a winner.
I mean, the extant viewers could decide it.
I'm gonna let it go for a little bit longer because it's still close enough. We also need to start moving into because we have another decision coming up, and I get that. That's good, but we should also start generating potential ideas for a poll.
I think that actually is probably going to do it because we had the 28th vote come in. Okay. All right, so then that is good. So then this will be canon.
So Jake is saying SZ should go to S, but then should go to STS. Oh, should go to long S and then to STS. A long Z should go to ZDZ.
I don't know about that, but we'll keep that in our hat.
Yes, many. Pervasive.
So they don't have skunks over in Europe?
No, it's a North American, or is it South American too?
Well, do they have any smelly animals over in Europe, or is it just us that's blessed with that? Look at those cute little darlings. And
in the world.
And of course, now that we've shifted the location of where our animals live from Europe to northern Canada, absolutely, we can have a skunk language. You're getting some texts.
Central Mexico.
Little darling.
It does seem to be
Oh my God.
mainly
Jesse
North
is going the longest way.
America. What? I think it seems to be North American because the locations, I don't see anything further south than Mexico. So I think it's Central and North.
Right there.
Oh, there's some in South America too. Okay.
Yeah, and then also.
Wait, how'd they get over? That must have been an accident by like somebody on a boat.
Look at this. Oh my goodness, that must have been.
Oh.
They must be an invasive species there. My goodness. And people are all like, how could opossums get to Northern Europe? Sir.
This is how.
Same way that there's deer running all over Jamaica.
CJ, that's the only agreement you can have with a skunk. You go that way, I'll go mine. Skunkling doesn't use phonemes, he uses pheronemes.
Okay, so that's good. And now this.
So now the question is... Babka.
Okay, so one option is
Babka.
progressive. But also, and this is why I said this is more likely. Another option is just pure devoicing. And that is likely because it's actually hard to maintain voicing over geminates. For the very simple reason that in order to maintain voicing, you have to have the vocal folds vibrating. And to make a stop, you have to close, the air going from the lungs through the mouth. In order to maintain voicing, you have to have air going across the vocal folds. So to have a voiced geminate is very difficult. It's by no means impossible. Arabic has voiced geminates, all of them. And I'm sorry, not voiced geminate, voiced geminate stops. Voiced geminate stops. But Arabic has voiced geminate stops. So like the word for window is shubak with a nice voiced geminate there. But it's just very difficult, so it's cross-linguistically rare.
And Ali, I hope I never know that smell. Also, apparently there's deer with tusks.
Oh, we're going to have to look that up while this poll is going on.
Right? Okay. And those are the only options, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's
And you
the only
explained,
options.
I was totally listening as I...
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
That's a really radical set of sound changes, Ali. So we have this one. It would be voicing of the G, metathesis, and then spirantization of the G. That would be something. Okay, where did that? Hold on a sec. Sorry about this. Back. Okay. Deer with tusks. Oh my goodness, that looks fake.
Right? Dangerous. That's what that is.
Water deer. Chinese water deer.
As a side note, it's more similar to a musk deer than a true deer. Who got to decide what was a true deer and what was a false deer?
Mm-hmm. Okay, where's that little map? I want to know where these guys are from.
And they say they're
Subspecies being colloquially named vampire deer.
I can see why. And magpie says they're also tiny.
Habitat and distribution.
Here a little.
They're indigenous to the lower reaches of the Yangtze River and in Korea. Oh, where the demilitarized zone has provided a protected habitat for a large number. Well, how about that? You imagine that? The demilitarized zone between South Korea and North Korea is to these animals just paradise.
Gosh. All right. We have enough votes. No? I'm going to let it go for like another. We almost have enough votes for me to call it. I just want to get like one more. Yeah. It came back. It was coming back, but we don't have, there's mathematically no way that the number of viewers left could have changed that. And they're going to be devoiced.
Okay. Devoicing it is.
I mean, it's just, that's something.
It looks like one of those fake animals, ones that like Ursula Vernon would come up with, as a joke. All right. My cat wants you to look up pictures of cats eating mice.
Miles, I'm looking that up.
Oh yeah, the Dick Dick is very adorable.
Look at that little baby.
Yeah, don't you follow the Twitter account that's like Dick Dick pics?
No.
and they show pictures of these darling little, like, they're so small, they're like
And
rabbit
they're
deer.
So cute.
It's like they were engineered to be one of the cutest animals on the planet.
Oh, and their name is actually onomatopoeia. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. Well, I'll be more likely to follow. You said that's on Twitter?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reason that the Twitter account is called that is obviously for the pun, but
Right.
but it literally, all it does is just
Well,
puts up pictures like every hour or so
it's
of Dick
just-
Dicks,
there
which are these
are-
darling little animals.
There are other Twitter accounts that you follow, like the possum one that I was like, no.
Oh, possums are lovely things.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody loves possums.
Oh, George, I am so sorry. George is trying to watch the stream with 3 little girls.
I'm sorry.
As you're.
Quokkas are also very, very cute.
Oh my gosh, now I have to look up a
You know
quokka.
those, right?
I don't know.
Really? Yeah. They look photoshopped.
Oh my gosh.
They look like they're always just smiling and so happy to see you. They look like they were created by a cartoonist.
Really?
Quokkas are adorable.
It's like a cross between all the cutenesses. It's like chipmunk, but like it looks like it's big enough to be more hamster or
Chipmunk, beaver,
or
hamster, like kind of a mouse.
MG. Look at that little guy. Is there a quokka picture Twitter?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find.
Uh,
That is amazing.
when two, let's call this fricative voicing assimilation. When two fricatives occur next to one another,
Matei said, love it.
the voicing of the first in the pair carries the day. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Bib said, don't confuse that with the quagga.
Ooh.
Look at that baby. It's like half horse, half zebra.
I would call it an unfinished zebra.
Its scientific name is Equus quagga quagga. Or is it quagga? Yeah, right? Like, Logan, I am so much more curious. I'm so incredibly curious,
Oh, what?
right? Like, I don't even know how to process that.
Daily
Yeah, it
quota
needs to be
quota.
a daily quota. And if it's not there, somebody please get on making that a Twitter account. Ooh, I know about
Have a
Okapi
little.
because they use that word a lot in crossword puzzles. It's the only reason I know about it, but I'm not sure I ever really knew exactly what it looked like. And it's known as a forest giraffe, probably because it's striped legs, but it does not have a long neck. Okay. I'm looking up quokka. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google accounts or something because that's too hard to just
Okay.
look it up and find it. I will get
Voiced.
there.
Voice stops, devoice next to voiced stops. This produces an allophone P of the original proto sound B. There we go. And so now we can add that to our chart here.
As a new side note,
Yeah.
I'm so curious. Bibluridian wrote that Okapi have retractable eyeballs. So curious, but at the same time not, because I have an eye thing, as you know. And so I don't want to know about it, but at the same time I'm like, what? Okay. So 13 minutes left. I feel like we've made some good decisions. I also
Yeah.
feel like we've looked up some cute animals. Before we go any further, before we have any other discussions, I do wonder if you have an idea for the poll, the patron.
Yeah, I did. And it's going to be what to do with voiced post-vocalic H. So we've got this taken care of. We can get rid of that. But we're looking at, situations like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have some ideas.
Oh my God, that's brilliant, though.
Oh, you're looking at what Bibluridian's saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you don't wish that
No, I
humans
don't.
could do that.
No, I don't. But
In
at the
fact-
same time, it's like evolutionarily brilliant, right?
You'd be really horrified if I suddenly revealed to you that I could do that, right?
I would leave this room right now. Yeah, don't even. Oh my God, don't. My goodness
Okay.
gracious.
Okay. By the way, I feel like I should explain something. After all, it's getting on to 4 p.m. here. Both of us forgot Kopiko.
David more so.
I remembered it at inconvenient times.
I remembered it while we were walking to this building.
I remembered it several times. Oh, it's weird. Oh, I see what happened here.
It was all capital. Squish.
Okay, now it's the Great Bell Squash.
Wash.
Maybe squoosh.
I think squish better than squash.
Yeah, I do too. There, and I've squished it in. So yeah, we forgot Kopiko.
We are in Berkeley. At Berkeley, since it's at a campus, but is it also considered in Berkeley? Is it
Yes.
a town?
Yeah, it's a city. This is the city of Berkeley. That's why it's called the University of California at Berkeley.
I don't know. Thought we were in Oakland.
We were for some time. Then we
weren't.
Then we weren't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been called Berkeley because it was just like the name of something. I don't know. There is a Berkeley, Missouri.
There is a junior university nearby that the founder was so self-absorbed that he named the university after himself. But no, that's not the case here.
Okay. Okay, so this is going to be what the poll is about, and you're
Yeah.
going to have appropriate options for what to
Yes, yes. But I was going to say that, we could celebrate with a snack of Southwest
me.
crackers.
do. Yeah, we could. Okay, I'll go get the. Ooh! As I zoom around.
Actually, we are missing a unique opportunity. I could just be going in circles in this desk. Show everybody.
We should have been like slowly rotating the whole time,
Yeah.
but slow enough that it was like. Well, we would have to do it together. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Pretty snazzy.
I have to move my voice.
All right. Sponsored today by
Okay.
Southwest. Totally officially. Cheers. Oh my goodness.
In a chilly room here.
So much not better than peanuts.
There. I like the little bread thing.
I assumed you would like the pretzels.
I actually like the bread things and the cheese things better than the pretzels. But if I'm gonna have chocolate, then I like pretzels and chocolate. I mean, I like pretzels. I don't not like them, but
Ooh, look at this.
give me bread things and I get very excited.
That's right. Since I'm on my phone, I can do stuff. Let's see.
It just showed up blank on my. Oh, there we go. It just took a minute.
Yeah. Whole time.
David is bombing. Yeah.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. So one option that I thought up was this. That eventually it does kind of voice,
But then it keeps going.
and then it keeps going into this, and we get our long vowels.
We did want some long vowel distinctions.
Yeah, and we might be able to pile on there and use our kind of situation to also make long vowels.
Nice.
In this case, no, because of course the purpose of these languages is for the game, and so I wanted them to be all things that you could,
Good right.
could write easily and say easily. That's why we're not doing multiple modalities.
What are fruit tingle cocktails?
That sounds. So this is probably going to be option 1. Option 2 is, or I mean, I don't know what the numbered options are going to be, but this is the easiest one. Nothing happens.
The rest is for you.
Um,
I even let you have a whole bread thing. You're welcome. Easiest pakla, as they say. Many.
Well, yeah, we can just say that nothing happens. And so it doesn't voice. H is just different. It's going to differ from all of the other, what you call it, fricatives. I don't think H going to a pharyngeal approximate makes as much sense.
Would another potential possibility be that coda H's were deleted?
That could be. And with this option, I'm going to make a note of this. There might be places where the vowel quality would change due to what's coming after it, but the H preserves it. So Miles, that would be an option if H were appreciably different from the fricatives, but that would be a little strange, I would think.
It'd be funny if the weakest of all the fricatives, which are weak in this language in terms of voicing assimilation, would then devoice the stop.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that could be fun. Okay, a bit of raspberry cordial, dash of topped with lemonade. And there might be some vodka in there too. Maybe. Nice. I think those are really good options because it gives, I think it runs the gamut. I guess one more potential is that it voices but goes velar. Or, velar, uvular. In between.
Garni.
But yeah, CJ, I agree. I think it is a prime long vowel candidate, especially in these cases. That feels... Because then that's also cool because we would get kadi, but we would have, kati.
Mm-hmm.
Or kahti.
Kahti, yeah.
The H would still be there.
Actually, I'm going to do a 1A, 1B here. So we could have that the H always drops out and leaves a long vowel.
Oh, nice.
Oh, not squoosh vowels in that way. We're trying to reduce the number of vowel qualities. Ultimately, we're going to do that. And it's what's going to give us our vowel harmony. So we're going to do that at some point, sometime soon. But we want to get this all taken care of first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, I'm putting all these I's in the protoform. Of course, there's no I. There's no proto-I.
Go back to the Oz.
Yeah, what?
You have, here I left them
E,
up.
right?
See, this is why I said I'd leave this screen up on my computer. We have the schwa, we have O, we have A, we have A, we have A, and we have E.
Yeah. Let's make these all E's.
Yay. Okay, so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we started late, we also still need to end on time because we have like a presentation.
Yeah, that's true.
And not only do we need to find where we're doing the presentation.
Oh, I know where that's happening. Where does it say how long we've been on? Does it say that anywhere?
It should say up here. We've been on for an hour and 50 minutes almost.
All
so
right.
10 minutes off.
Well, we'll wait until it says 4 p.m. on the dot.
Well, I just wanted to like set up the ending with a little outro here.
Go ahead. By all means.
I was in the middle of doing something.
Very sorry.
Hopefully next week goes more smoothly in our alternate location in terms of actually knowing where we'll be.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though, again, for the next 2 weeks, we will not be in our regular location, we plan on still streaming on time. So if we're late, please be patient. And as soon as we're able, we will, post messages and let people know if we are going to be late. But hopefully things work. But as people have noted, anytime you're streaming from somewhere else, technology things happen. And so, just please be patient. We are going to do our best to stream on time next week. And so, I think that's the only announcement is that we'll be bouncing around for a while. And we are excited. And yes, if he said something else, he does mean, oh, no, I see what you're doing. Vul, harmony. But we're excited to continue on with the cat language.
Yeah.
And hopefully next week we remember to pack Kopiko.
All right.
We'll see.
Yep.
All right. Well, stay grammar and have a wonderful week.
Bye, everybody. I don't know why I looked over there. The camera.